Hello and welcome to Cricket Happenings, dear friends and subscribers. We had, yesterday, who would have thought with the Aussies on 136 for 3, requiring another 326 runs to win the Test match, uh, and also winning was absolutely ruled out. And as far as draw was concerned, well, that was a possibility, but again, it required because they didn't have much batting to come. But let me tell you, with whatever the existing resources that Australia had, and especially a masterpiece of an innings from Usman Khwaja. Now, Usman Khwaja has never has had a very bad run in Asia. He has not scored a single century in Asia, and here comes Khwaja to the rescue of the Australian team, as he was the one who actually held the innings together with his seventh Test 100, which resulted in a match saving innings from Usman Khwaja. And Australia went on to draw the match. They drew the first test against Pakistan in Dubai today. And as I said, this was something, a sort of a really miraculous one from Australia. They definitely deserve all the kudos that one could give. And let us also consider the fact that they were really against all odds they fought. The pitch, well, the pitch was not really turning square, but definitely there was definitely a threat with Yasir Shah, one of the best spinners. He definitely brought them back into the game in one particular spell, which I'll be talking about. But what a game! That is something that I'm going to look at. And then tomorrow, the second test match, or the final test match, second and final test match, starts between India and West Indies at Hyderabad. I'll do a brief preview of that. And Rishabh Pant, the Indian wicketkeeper batsman, has been included in the ODI scheme of things against the West Indies. And also, there are other matches coming up as well. Tomorrow, we have South Africa taking on Zimbabwe in the second T20, and that will be interesting as well. So we have a lot of cricket lined up for you here. But as I said, mostly the concentration will be in the Australia versus Pakistan game on the final day, with Australia resuming their innings at 136 for 3, needing either 326 runs to actually win the match. And let's see as to what really happened, as Australia eked out a draw with some really dull batting, one could say, as they reached 362 for 8. So basically they were 100 runs short, but the good thing about it was that Australia saved the match, and I think this was really a masterpiece here, because as nobody would have thought that Australia could have gone and even drawn the match, because as I said, they didn't have a lot of batting to come other than Usman Khwaja, Travis Head, but with the existing resources, Australia, there was a slight threat too when Yasir Shah suddenly brought the match into life for Pakistan by dismissing the three batsmen pretty quickly. But later on, the Australian captain Tim Paine came after Khwaja was gone. It was Tim Paine who took the onus on himself and really showed how it is to be played on this particular pitch, and he got good support from Nathan Lyon, which really helped matters, the number 10 batsman. So let's have a look at what really happened. So Australia started their innings with Usman Khwaja and Travis Head at the crease, and both of them put their heads together, and they were really buckling down to the task. They walked in with a sort of a steely determination, and that was, I'm sure, Justin Langer would have really G'd up the lads, and they walked in with only one steely determination, and that is to draw the match, because they knew they can't win the match. So it's now started with Travis Head and Usman Khwaja facing the likes of Mohammad Abbas, and things were going on. The spinners were into action, Bilal Asif, Yasir Shah, but there was no effect, as definitely both the batsmen Usman Khwaja and Travis Head ground out the Pakistan attack. So took the score from 87 for 3, and they were unseparated at lunchtime. So Pakistan could not get any success in the first session on the final day, which they would have definitely thought was possible. But full credit to Travis Head and Usman Khwaja, who played well. And Usman Khwaja also used his feet to play some brilliant strokes, some audacious strokes in between whenever he could. And as the score reached, and after lunch, so till lunch there was absolutely no hope for Pakistan. And but after lunch, the first wicket to go was Travis Head, and it was the wicket was taken by the part-time bowler Mohammad Hafiz, who struck by breaking this partnership, which had yielded, I would say, 132 odd runs for the fourth wicket, which was very well done by them. And then finally, Travis Head fell when he was LBW bowled Mohammad Hafiz for 72 with 5 boundaries. And this was his maiden 50 on his Test debut for Travis Head. And so Travis Head, well, as far as this ball is concerned, it was basically the new ball that did the trick. In fact, the new ball was claimed, and it was given to, it was after Mohammad Abbas had bowled, they had given the ball to Mohammad Hafiz, and Mohammad Hafiz struck. He brought a ball, he floated an off break. On the off stump, the ball skidded, and Travis Head was caught at the crease, and it hit his back pad, and Travis Head he very well knew that he was in trouble as he walked off, and Travis Head was gone. LBW called Mohammad Hafiz, but Travis Head would be very happy with this effort, as he gave good company to Usman Khwaja, and he also ground out his maiden 50 in Test cricket, 72 with 5 boundaries. Now, so this was the time when Labuschagne walked in, another debutant, and when after Travis Head went, one thought that things were going to become very difficult for Australia, as Marcus Labuschagne walked in. And Marcus Labuschagne, and this was the turn of events for Marcus Labuschagne walked in and joined Usman Khwaja. Usman Khwaja, as I said, he was playing well, he was using his feet well to the spinners, smothering the spin very well, and he was doing a very, very good job as things were going on. And Labuschagne came in, and then a small partnership started, a very little partnership one could say, as it was basically, I would say, 33-run partnership that happened, but Marcus Labuschagne, Yasir Shah was the one who actually picked up his wicket when Marcus Labuschagne was LBW, and that was the first wicket for Yasir Shah in this Test match. Can you believe it? He got a leg break and he deceived Labuschagne in the air, in the flight, and Labuschagne had gone on to the back foot to defend the delivery, but the ball was pretty quick and hit his pads, and that was the end of Labuschagne. LBW bowled Yasir Shah for 13. So Labuschagne did not have a good debut at all. He was out for a blob in the first innings, as you would remember. He was out for 13 with just 1 6. Now the score read 252 for 5, and now it was the Australian captain Tim Paine walking in to join a well-entrenched at the crease batsman, which was Usman Khwaja. Tim Paine walked in, and Tim Paine started really getting down to the task of really grounding out the bowlers. He dug himself in beautifully, Tim Paine. At the other end, Usman Khwaja, as and when he was getting an opportunity to score off, he was scoring. Other than that, he had a watertight defense where the bowlers could not penetrate. And now it looked like, and suddenly we saw that the score started moving in, and this partnership also started doing what Travis Head and Khwaja did, as there was a lot, almost like I think it was 79 runs added for the good, and things were going on, and it looked like suddenly one was even thinking in terms of whether Australia would go for a win, but suddenly things drastically changed, and Pakistan were absolutely, one would have said that things would have, Pakistan would have absolutely lost hope over there. Suddenly the match came into real life as the big wicket was taken, and it was none other than Usman Khwaja wicket. And Usman Khwaja was the one that the wicket that the Pakistan wanted to go and actually win the match. And they nicked out Usman Khwaja for 141 with 11 boundaries. Yasir Shah was the bowler, and this was a sweep shot which Usman Khwaja attempted. Probably it was the ball was a googly, and there was a gully fielder. They had got a sort of a special field for Usman Khwaja. The Pakistanis were really putting a lot of pressure, and this all happened just 1 hour before on the final day. Just 1 hour to go before the final day's play was going to end, and that was the time there was real drama as Yasir Shah picked up the big wicket of Usman Khwaja as he got a ball to rip in, and he tried to play the sweep. He missed it, and that was it. Yasir Shah had taken the wicket of Usman Khwaja for 141 with 11 boundaries, and what a knock from Usman Khwaja. He really did a fantastic job, and as I said, his record in Asia was very bad, but here comes Usman Khwaja, definitely now showing. He got 85 in the first innings, as we remember, and 141. And now at 331, the sixth wicket had gone, as now it was all about the Australian tailenders walking in. So Mitchell Starc walked in to join the Aussie captain Tim Paine, and Tim Paine was the only hope for Australia now. And to complicate matters, Yasir Shah was an absolute roll after taking Khwaja's wicket. He picked up the wicket of Mitchell Starc. Now that was a brilliant catch taken by Babar Azam. It was a short leg, one-handed. It was really whizzing off because Yasir Shah bowled, and Mitchell Starc, he pushed. Actually, Starc went onto the back foot and he went and pushed at it, and Babar had forward short leg, showing amazing reflexes. We know that he has a good eye, Babar Azam. He really flung in and picked up this catch. He had to dive backwards to take the catch as the ball went into the air, and that was the end of Mitchell Starc. Caught Babar Azam, bowled Yasir Shah for 1. And now the score at 333 for 7. And suddenly, as I said, this Pakistan team was springing into life here. Now the hope coming once back just 1 hour before close of play. It was real drama here at the Dubai cricket ground. And then Peter Siddle walked in with the score reading 333 for 7. And Peter Siddle, there was no runs added to the tally, and Siddle was out for naught. Once again, Yasir Shah into the equation. Yasir Shah trapped Peter Siddle, LBW. Now, the thing that Yasir Shah was doing was that he was pushing the batsman onto the back foot. And again, Siddle also went onto the back foot deep inside the crease. But he was struck in front of the middle stump, and that was the end. He was LBW, and now one thought that the Pakistan were definitely going to win this match, with the score reading 333 for 8, as Nathan Lyon slowly started striding in to the middle to join his captain Tim Paine. And now it was a matter of surviving another, I reckon it was another 12 or 13 overs. And definitely Nathan Lyon has, definitely one knows that he's a handy batsman, no doubt about it. But it was all about tremendous pressure there in Dubai, with the crowd support totally for Pakistan, as we all know, the match being played in the United Arab Emirates. And then Tim Paine was there, and Tim Paine was doing a good job. He was definitely doing what Khwaja was doing, as to really meet the ball very well, keep the bowlers at bay, know where his off-stump is, was not getting tempted by the spinners, and kept his nerve about it. And Nathan Lyon, his job was just to stay there at the wicket and see to it that Tim Paine got all the strike, and that's what precisely happened. And before one could realize, and one thought at 333 for 8, Pakistan were the favourites there to win the match. But thanks to Tim Paine, the Aussie captain, and Nathan Lyon, the match ended in a draw. Sarfraz Ahmed behind the stumps shook hands with Tim Paine, as Tim Paine was not out on 61 with 5 boundaries. Nathan Lyon was not out on 5, and game over, 362 for 8. Australia drawing the first test against Pakistan. And I think there wouldn't have been greater joy than this, because at one time, tomorrow, on the fourth day, one would have definitely thought that, and the Pakistan fans would have thought that Pakistan would definitely win this match with all the spinners. But Yasir Shah finally getting into the wicket-taking groove there, 43.5 overs, 9 maidens, 114 runs and 4 wickets. Mohammad Abbas did not add up to his tally of 3 for 56. 3 wickets. He took Mohammad Hafiz that had the important wicket of Travis Head, but then Wahab Riaz 16 overs 3 minutes, none for 42. Bilal Asif could not make an impression in the second innings, 37 overs 8 maidens, 87 runs and no wickets. And the man of the match was none other. This was an apt man of the match, the man who saved the match for Australia, none other than Usman Khwaja. Take a bow, Usman Khwaja. So that is as far as the first test match is concerned. And what a first test match what a start we had to the Pakistan-Australia test series. Now, as I said, now it only gives me very less time to do a skimmer probably. So just to tell you, the second test between West Indies and India is going to be played in Hyderabad. So I'm not going to do any brief review because of a lot of shortage of time here. The second test, the one good thing for West Indies is that Kemar Roach will be back in action and Jason Holder will be back in action, and I think that will greatly strengthen this West Indies team. So one can say that West Indies will put up a much better performance because they know what are the mistakes that they did in the first test match, and I'm sure they are going to be someone who are not going to have it easy, and they are not going to let the opposition India get it easy now. And Kemar Roach coming back to the team, that also strengthens the team a great deal. The reason being, Kemar Roach is the strike bowler who would be operating in tandem with Shannon Gabriel, and that will be a good exhibition of bowling from both the ends. And Kemar Roach, as I said, off late one has seen that his bowling has improved a great deal. And so I'm really waiting to see Kemar Roach and Gabriel in action against the Indians. And Jason Holder, who was missed in a big way in the first test match, will be a contributor as a captain, as a batsman and as a bowler. And other than that, as far as India is concerned, this is going to be played in Hyderabad. One says that it would be there would be some turn, some uneven bounce, some batting. So I think you will get everything there. But one good thing is that it's going to be, the temperature will be in the mid 30s. Now let's have a look at the Indian team. Definitely the same winning combination will play. I'm not expecting, unless Shardul Thakur can come in place of Kuldeep Yadav, which seems unlikely after seeing the way Kuldeep Yadav bagging a 5-wicket bag in the first test match. So that is as far as this test match is concerned. The second test coming in, and there's a second and final test of the 2-match series. And just talking about the Indian squad that has been selected for the one-day internationals against the West Indies. So just let's have a look at the squad. Well, the one thing that I would like to say is that Rishabh Pant, the young wicketkeeper batsman, the dasher, is back into the, he has been selected in the Indian team for the first 2 matches. The 14-man squad has Rishabh Pant. Virat Kohli will be back to lead the side after taking a break in the Asia Cup. And also Bhuvneshwar Kumar, the Indian strike bowlers, Bhuvneshwar Kumar and Jasprit Bumrah have been rested. The team composition: Rohit Sharma and Shikhar Dhawan, KL Rahul, Virat Kohli, Ambati Rayudu, Manish Pandey, Dhoni the wicketkeeper, Rishabh Pant will be playing, Ravindra Jadeja, Uzendra Chahal, Kuldeep Yadav. Mohammad Shami gets an opportunity. He has been brought back into the ODI scheme of things. They didn't go for Siddharth Kaul, but instead they have settled in for the young, promising pacer Khalil Ahmed. So that is the team composition. And other than that, I'm trying to see whether there is any cricket news that I could really dwell on. And as I said, the other match which is coming up is South Africa versus Zimbabwe, the second T20 which is coming up, and it should be an interesting one as well. But there's no time to really talk about that. And well, dear fans and subscribers, keep an eye on Twitter. That's about it as far as today's cricket show goes. It's about time for me, but what a test match we had. The first test match between Australia and Pakistan, which nobody thought would have ended in a draw. And Usman Khwaja's innings will be definitely remembered in Dubai for quite a long time. What a knock it was to save Australia from the clutches of Pakistan and eke out a draw. Take a bow, Usman Khwaja of Australia. Well, dear fans and subscribers, that's about it as far as today's